If you're headed to Thailand this year, you have got to watch this video. In the last 12 months, Thailand has completely transformed my life, but I've seen the same mistakes that people do when they come to Thailand, and not many people talk about them. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly where travelers go wrong when they visit Thailand and how you can avoid these mistakes so that you stay on track and you can transform your life the same way that Thailand has helped transform mine. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Woo! Okay, let's go. Where travelers go wrong in Thailand, and trust me, this video is going to have a lot of value. If you are traveling to Thailand, these mistakes, if you can avoid these mistakes that these people make, and it's very common because people don't teach it. There's not a lot of people like me who preach about these stuff and these mistakes. So if you can avoid these mistakes, it could transform your life. It could transform your whole experience in Thailand for the better. Trust me. Right, let's get straight into the first one. Let's get the easy ones out of the way. And yeah, stick around for the end because I will give you like probably the number one tip that I can give anyone really. But first one, visa situation. And obviously this is for people, I'll be honest, when I traveled to Thailand the first time, I just used the visitor visa, which was 60 days from England. So, that's enough time to figure out, if you're on the fence, you don't want to buy the golden ticket visa yet, as I call it, in the destination Thailand visa. You might just want to check out the place first, but then obviously you're gonna find out that Thailand is the place and it's gonna live up to every expectation you have. So but you might want to just check the place out first for the first 60 days. So that's fine. But people do wing it. People aren't aware of the destination Thailand visa and how good it is. And I'm in Malaysia right now, to be honest. I'm sorting the destination Thailand visa and I'm going to be flying straight back out to Thailand again to home. So then it just means I can stay there for 6 months at a time then without having to do these expensive border runs because, yeah, it's a pain. If you go to Thailand without a plan and you just want to try and wing it, you can end up with expensive border runs. So just check out the destination Thailand visa. It is, to be honest, I'm doing it all right now. That's why I made the course, to be honest, like the Thailand blueprint. So you can check that out if you wanted to in the description. But I give you a step-by-step guide on how to actually apply and what documents you need, everything. So, but yeah, check it out. It's a very good visa, allows you to work in Thailand legally. It's the golden ticket. I always call it the golden ticket visa because it generally is. If you're in England, don't know why you're not looking at it, licking your lips really, because you could get that visa, then you can get a remote job and you can earn British pounds and spend it in Thai baht and you're living such a better life. You might only need to work part-time to afford it and you're in the beautiful paradise of Thailand, and the only thing that's stopping you is your own limiting beliefs of just booking the flight and not believing it's possible. It's the easiest way, and that's why I want to inspire as many people as I can really to come out and do it, because yeah, you're going to live such a better life in Thailand compared to England, and you're going to earn more money, you're going to save more money, and it's a no-brainer. But that's the first one. It's probably not the biggest one. This might be the biggest one. The next slide. They get lost in the sauce. So what do I mean by that? If you don't know what that means, what it basically means, they get lost in all the temptations that Thailand has to offer. I always say there's two sides. You've got the beautiful, you've got the Muay Thai scene, the training, the great facilities, the outdoors, the landscapes, the beaches. You got all these beautiful things that Thailand's for, but you also have these temptations in the sauce, and people get lost in the sauce.
But you can also get lost in the sauce.
So, people, men, for instance, will come over. They get called handsome by a bar girl. They call everyone handsome. But people fall for it, and they just end up in this bad routine, or they go to the hostels and they just party at the hostels all the time, and it just becomes a cycle. It becomes normal, and they end up hungover most of the time. And it's like you're just wasting the time, in my opinion. Obviously, you might want to get there and have a bit of fun. I'm not saying have no fun whatsoever, but the fun has to stop at some point because it is just short-term fake fun. It's fake dopamine alcohol. Are you really, when you're in a place like Thailand, you want to be waking up full of energy, training Muay Thai, or doing something that you really enjoy and what you're passionate about, because that's what it allows you to do. You're in this beautiful place with all the freshest fruit. You've got the islands. Do you really want to be drinking you got the cheap changs, the parties, and the temptation takeover? I've called it that. Just don't get lost in the sauce. Thailand can unlock so much for you if you just focus and you just live the beautiful life. And, you know, Thailand has so many beautiful things that you should take advantage of instead of just parties. You can party anywhere in the world. Thailand has the beautiful beaches. It's got the low cost of living. It's got everything that you need really to flourish into the person you can be. So just don't get lost in the sauce. A lot of travelers do it. They end up in bad routines and they just get a repetitive cycle because, you know, they just love the hostel life. They love that sort of party environment. But if you want to party, go to Magaluf if you're from England, or go to Miami if you're from America, I guess. Like Thailand, you know, you don't want to just party all the time. You can really, really progress. And that's my message. I want you to progress into the person that you can be, you know, so don't get lost in the sauce. Find a map, get out of the sauce, and find your way to my side. But yeah, the third one, because of that, they end up having a poor routine. So this is another mistake people do because they do get lost in the sauce. What does that mean? That's why I put this slide next, because they get a poor routine because they're waking up hungover. What does that mean? They got low energy. They put themselves on a lower frequency, you know, and that means they don't go to the gym. And that means they want to eat, you know, they want to eat crap food in the morning to get over the hangover. And that is just a recipe for disaster, like I've said there. And I think I put it there. They end up losing the purpose. They don't pursue the purpose. Perfect way to put it, Connor. They don't pursue the purpose and they just waste the time. They spend most of the time hungover, not having a clue where they are really. And they're just excited for the night ahead again to party. And it's like, do not be that person. I'm not saying never do it, because that's stupid. I mean, I would do it here and there when I first came, like on a weekend, but I would never do it like all the time through the week outside. You know, because you have low energy, you're on a low frequency, but you're in this beautiful place. Like, look where I am now. You're in these beautiful landscapes that are very easy accessible. You just rent a bike and you can just drive around to waterfalls. That's the beautiful thing about Thailand: the nature, you know, how sunny it is, the beautiful islands, you know, the cheap fruit, the cheap food that you can get. You don't want to be falling into this trap. You really don't want to be falling into it. You don't want to spend all your time up hungover because it's expensive as well. It is expensive. You know, you're doing all of this, drinking, then you eat crap food, then you eat, you know, then before you know it, you're putting on a lot of weight. You're not feeling confident in yourself. And why is that? Because of all these things. Because you're going out, you're getting lost in the sauce, you're spending your time hungover, you're getting low energy, you're not training whatsoever, you're not being outside, and you're not taking advantage of all the beautiful things that Thailand is there for. So yeah, these are really important. And like I said there, wasting money. What does this all mean? They end up coming here, because they're hungover, they have no care of what they're actually doing with the money. And they're just spending it on anything really, anything drinks wise, because you know, you first get here and you'll see how cheap everything is. And if you're spending it going out drinking, suddenly it's not getting cheap anymore because you just keep buying alcohol. You keep buying alcohol, and you know them 20 bahts, which is like 50p. That 50p, it looks a lot of money that, but that's just 50p basically. But you know, before you know it, you spent a lot of them. You know, too much of them, and you just waste your money. And I've said that people don't plan ahead. They don't know the cheapest places for the accommodation when they go in to eat because they're hungover, or even if they're not hungover, people might not know this. But you know, you're going to all the Western places where you're getting all like comfort foods and stuff like that. That's going to mount up over time, and people just simply don't know the clever ways to save money whilst they're on the road. And it's probably no fault of their own. They've probably just never been to Thailand and they're just winging it. But don't wing it, in my opinion. You know, you should be a bit clever and just figure out like how to actually save money on the road. Figure out, you know, cheap accommodations, which websites to use, because obviously with Thailand they do use different websites than they do back in England or America. So just figure it all out. And yeah, but wasting money comes from the bad routine, and it comes from getting lost in the sauce. So all these really interlink with each other, and these, in my opinion, is what people get wrong, because of all this, they lose the purpose, or they don't find the purpose. They don't pursue what they're passionate about, and they end up even more lost because all they've done is come here, they've spent a load of money, they've just drank a lot of alcohol, they've gained a load of fat on them, they've not exercised or got better. Where if you avoid all of that, you focus on the better things, this is what's happened to me. You know, I've come to Thailand, I've trained Muay Thai. You see it on my Instagram. You know, I'm learning Muay Thai, learning how to fight. It's been a passion of mine. Really got focused on the gym. And then I spend most of my time, in the morning I go to the beach. You just get yourself a good routine, get yourself a good diet. Please listen to me because it's really important, really, because you just need to know how to make the good routines. And what I would say is that if you are stuck, if you don't know how to make good routines, you don't know the good places, this would really help you. This is something that I've created, the Thailand Blueprint. This will teach you everything you need to know about Thailand, from overcoming your limiting beliefs to booking your flight. And for the main thing for me is obviously how to save the money on the road, all the tips and tricks that people don't tell you about, which I know because I've been living in Thailand for the last 6 to 8 months. So I know everything, all the tips and tricks. But for me, the main thing, which I think is the most important, is how do you then build your dream lifestyle? Yeah, and the most important thing that I teach in this is life on the road. So how do you then on the road thrive and become the best person that you can be? Because in the last 12 months, I have completely reinvented myself. And Thailand has allowed me to do that because of all the good routines that I've implemented, how to actually network, how to actually eat well. You actually get a free diet guide for those who actually train in the gym. If you're wondering what you should eat in Thailand, I've created a free diet guide specifically for people coming to Thailand because I've had a really good transformation. I'll put it up here, a transformation. Literally, this has been whilst I'm in Thailand. And I do teach everything about the destination Thailand visa. And on top of that, I also teach you how to get remote work. So maybe not now, but later down the line when you get to Thailand, if you love Thailand a lot, but your money's running out and you want to actually stay there long term, if you're struggling how to get remote work, even with little experience, I teach all of that. So how to make the perfect CV. I go through beginner friendly roles. I talk about how to tailor your CV to the job so you guarantee the interview. I tell you how to smash the interview as well. I teach you all of that. It's stuff that I've learned from a previous job. I've been in sales for the last 5 years. So I know all of that. So if you are stuck with any of that, at the end of the day, I want to help you build your freedom lifestyle and your dream life in Thailand. And that's what Thailand has done a lot for me. That's what I want to teach you. I've transformed my life and I want to help transform yours now. So yeah, send us a DM if you need any help. Follow me on Instagram. It's going to be in the description. But that is everything. I hope you've found that valuable because it's a lot where a lot of tourists go wrong and a lot of travelers go wrong is that they get tempted. All these distractions, all these mistakes can be avoided. If you need any further guidance, check out the Thailand Blueprint. See you in the next one. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day. Much love.